$13.84. That is what YouTube paid me on the first day my channel was monetized. And strangely enough, when I saw that number, I got seriously excited. I went and found my husband and I made him come look at the screen. And then I called my sister, who didn't understand, but she pretended to care at least. Because when I went to bed the night before, that number had been 0. And I had made it from nothing. No media background, no existing audience, no plan. Just me sitting in my living room talking honestly about getting laid off again at 54. $13.84 felt like a sign that this crazy idea might actually work. Today, I want to show you exactly what YouTube paid me in my first full month of monetization. This is my real numbers, the RPM, the CPM, and what that money actually means for a household that just got hit by a layoff. No inflation, no spin, just the real numbers, and I'll bring the receipts to back them up. Hi, I'm Carrie, and this is Retired by Accident, and let's get right into it. Okay, real quick background because some of you are new here. I got laid off, and then I got laid off again at 54. It was the second time in 3 years. My husband is a disabled vet, and we live in rural America. And when I say rural, I mean it's over an hour to drive to the grocery store. I was the main breadwinner before that layoff, and after the second layoff, I just decided I was done trying to go back. If you want that full story, I'll link it for you in the description. I started this channel with no plan and no audience. Honestly, I really just needed something to keep me busy, to keep my brain from spiraling down that layoff anxiety rabbit hole. So I did what no sane person does. I hit record on my cell phone. And in case you're wondering what my production setup looks like, I started with just talking at my phone, but I couldn't stand watching myself ramble. And I didn't think you wanted to watch that either. So I did buy the cheapest teleprompter, microphone, and ring lights that I could find. And then I wrote kind of a semi-proper script and recorded on my couch. Then I spent hours figuring out how to use free editing software to cut out all those awkward pauses, which I still have to do. That first video went up and it did way better than I expected. I got over 3,000 views after 2 days. And I just thought, there are really this many people who want to watch me talk about this? Weird. But 13 days later, I had hit YouTube's monetization threshold. That's 13 days to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched, which is absolutely not normal. I understand that. But 3 weeks in, the channel was fully approved and making money. February 23rd, 2026. That is the day that it happened. And by the time YouTube sent that first payment, the number was a lot bigger than $13.84. Now, it's not common for a channel to get monetized that fast. I know that. So I want to be honest with you about why it went that fast. I had one particular video that hit over 50,000 views in those first weeks. It was essentially one single video that got me monetized. And then I got lucky with a second video that also hit over 50,000 views in that first month. Everything else was smaller. A lot of YouTube income videos make it sound like the whole channel's on fire. It doesn't actually work that way. In that first month, it was just a couple of videos really carrying most of the weight. Okay, so here I'm going to show you my real numbers, and I'll show you my screen so you know that I'm not making this stuff up. So $13.84. That's where this started on day one of monetization. 35 days later, at the end of March, my YouTube account showed $862 even. $862. That was for the last 5 days of February plus all of March. So it's not exactly a clean calendar month, but it's the first real paycheck I got. $862 and no cents. Now let's talk about where that $862 came from. Advertisers pay YouTube an amount for each 1,000 ad impressions. That's the CPM, or cost per meal. For my channel, the playback-based CPM this period was $13.22, which you can see right here. Then there's what YouTube pays me per 1,000 views, called the RPM, or revenue per mil. This month, or during this period, that was $6.22. The difference in those two amounts is the result of YouTube's cut of the profits, plus the fact that not every video gets an ad. And there's another factor that affects these numbers, and that's niche. Retirement and personal finance channels tend to earn higher RPMs because the advertisers targeting this audience, you guys, are financial companies and insurance companies and healthcare companies. They pay more money to reach us. So that higher CPM isn't an accident. It's because of the audience, because of you and who's watching. And if you're thinking about starting a channel yourself, the niche you choose can have a massive impact on income, bigger income than pretty much anything else. Okay, my top earning video for this period drove over 40% of all of that revenue. One video generated 41% of the total revenue. In other words, it was basically one video doing almost all of the heavy lifting. I also had other videos that made less than $1.50 for the same period. That's a big difference between the videos, and it means if that high performing video stops getting served by the algorithm, then the income could look very different in the next month. And that's really the reality of early YouTube. You don't have a diversified income at this point. You have a hit and then everything else. And understanding that actually puts on a lot of pressure on what to make next. I definitely feel the pressure to repeat that success, but I also know I'm just not experienced enough to do that reliably. So now I want to talk about what that number actually means in a real life. If you have watched the channel, you know that my husband and I bought a used RV to drive across the country for our daughter's wedding. We drove from Washington State to Florida and back, and we planned it right before gas prices went crazy. So every penny of this YouTube money has gone straight to fuel for that trip. We spent over $4,000 on gas alone. So this income is actually helping in a real way. My husband's disability income is what we're living on right now since I got laid off, and YouTube does not replace what I used to make, and it probably never will. But every other dollar this channel brings in matters. It is going toward real things. But here's what I will say. I did not start this channel expecting it to replace any income. I started it to process a layoff and to keep my brain busy and maybe to be able to talk to some other people who are going through something similar. The money is kind of almost beside the point of why I started making videos in the first place. But what I'm watching now is the trajectory. Month 1 looked like this. What does month 3 look like? How about month 6? YouTube income can compound over time, or so I'm told. So older videos keep earning and new ones add to the base. And I don't know what this channel looks like yet at scale. I don't know if I can keep making videos that people want to watch. But I know what day 1 looks like, and day 1 looked a lot better than I had ever anticipated. Okay, now I want to talk about something that most people don't really talk about, and let's do a little bit of a reality check. YouTube income is not stable. It's not a salary. It fluctuates based on what advertisers are spending, what time of year it is, whether your videos are getting served, whether viewers decide to click. You don't have any control over any of that. And let's be honest about hourly rate. Making videos is extremely time consuming, far more than most people realize, and way more than I ever dreamed before I started this. That $862 over about 5 weeks works out to about $172 a week. And let's not forget that until you get monetized, all of that time is basically working for YouTube for free. They are making money off your videos even before they decide to include you in on that payoff. And on some weeks, this can be the equivalent of an actual job. I'll get into exactly what that looks like in a bit. I also need to talk about handling comments on videos because I don't see a lot of people talking about this. Reading and responding to comments takes an emotional toll. I'm going to be completely honest. People can be downright nasty. Most people who watch this channel are lovely and absolutely a joy to interact with. But there are enough truly horrible people out there that sometimes just thinking about opening the comment section can bring some anxiety. You really, really have to have thick skin to do this. It actually got bad enough at one point that my husband suggested I use an AI assistant to respond to comments. I nixed that idea immediately. The good people watching this channel deserve a real response from an actual real person. But I won't pretend that that decision is free. It costs time and it costs something emotionally too. But even with all of that said, even with the tough parts, it's still worth it for me. Okay, and let's not forget about taxes. If you are in the United States and YouTube is paying you, this is self-employment income. You owe both sides of the payroll tax, and that's roughly 15%, a little bit more than 15% right off the top before income taxes. I'm in Washington state, so fortunately no state income tax for me, but this state does have a B&O tax on businesses, and they consider me a business. They want their cut too. I am certainly not a financial advisor, but I learned this the hard way in other side hustles. In fact, check out my side hustle video next. It's the one that actually got me monetized. I'll link it here as well as below for you. Anyway, be sure to set aside 25 to 30% of everything YouTube pays you for taxes. And I'm telling you all of this because YouTube income videos that only show you the exciting number without the context around it are really doing you a disservice. That number only means something when you understand who else is going to get a piece of your pie. So, knowing everything that I know now after I've been doing this for a little while, would I do this again? I would. But let me tell you what I did not expect. Once you hit monetization and you start to see those dollar signs piling up, there's a real pressure to do more and more and more. And each video is actually a lot of work. Picking a topic, writing a script, those take hours. And then you got to put on decent clothes, do some hair, put on some makeup, drag the equipment out, get it all set up, find a background that you're happy with. Then I kick my husband out because I feel awkward talking to a camera while he's watching. It's just a thing. Then I record it and I don't like it. So I record it again, sometimes 3 or 4 times, and then at least a couple hours of editing and often more. Then the thumbnail, the title, the description, all of that takes more time. A single video takes me at least 8 hours, usually more. And then when a video does really well, like gets 50,000 views, it can take as much as 4 hours a day just to answer those comments. 4 hours a day. This can pretty quickly turn into a real job. And on some weeks, it was actually more hours than a full-time job. And it didn't take long to start to feel burned out. And I'm not trying to discourage you, but burnout can be real. And I would just recommend, if you're going to do this, pace yourself from the beginning in a way that I did not. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to produce more that you aren't enjoying the process. I ultimately decided that I needed to take a few weeks off during that long road trip. And I'm back at it now with a better perspective. And frankly, I needed that. And I'm actually really enjoying creating again. So would I do it all again? Yeah, but not primarily because of the money, though the money is lovely. But I would do it again for what building this channel did for me personally during a moment when I could have just collapsed into the layoff and stayed there. It gave me something to do, which frankly, I desperately needed, a reason to get up and to think and to create something. I had people in this comments that were going through the same thing, and that connection meant more than I had actually expected. And I was learning a lot. The learning curve is actually pretty steep with this. That is something else that I did not anticipate. There's a lot to this, and I had no idea. That $13.84 on the first day, that wasn't just money. That was proof that what I had made had value to somebody. And I hadn't just been speaking into a void. After losing my job and wondering if I still had anything useful to offer the world, starting this channel turned out to be exactly what I needed to help me through that. If you're thinking about starting a channel, especially if you're rebuilding, figuring out what comes next, don't start it for the money, because the money might or might not come. Start it because you have something to say. If the money follows, that's a bonus. So, full first month plus 5 days, YouTube paid me $862. If you've started a YouTube channel, I would love to know how it's going. And if you're thinking about starting one, tell me what's stopping you. I read every comment and I really enjoy hearing your stories. If you want to follow along and see whether this turns into something meaningful or fizzles out completely, be sure to subscribe. We'll find out together. Take care of yourselves out there. I'll see you next time.